and a very warm welcome to Learning Pod, brought to you exclusively by infinitylearningspace. Today we are here to introduce you to a very experienced lecturer, to our elite panel of lecturers at Infinity Learning Space. That's right, we are here to introduce Mirjalni Janarthana to you. She is an experienced lecturer with over 10 years of experience in lecturing for accountancy professional qualifications and the ACCA UK Strategic Professional Level Case Study Examinations. And she has helped over 1,000 students pass their accountancy exams both in Sri Lanka and overseas as well. And that's not all, because she also has over 10 years of experience as a registered research project mentor for Oxford Brookes University, with over 100 successful research projects, again from Sri Lanka and overseas as well. Mirjalni has graduated with a first-class honours and A grade in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University and is a fellow member of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants of UK. And during her academic journey, she was also the Sri Lankan prize winner, ranking 11th place in the world for the ACCA paper P3 Business Analysis in June 2013. Well, we are absolutely honored to speak to Mirjalni Janarthana. Hello Mirjalni, a very warm welcome to Learning Pod. Thank you for joining us.
Hi Dhumindra, thank you for having me. First of all, I would like to thank Infinity Learning Space for giving me this opportunity to be a part of the lecture panel. Thank you.
Well, we are very honored to be speaking to you, and it's an absolute pleasure. Mirjalni, let's start off by speaking about your wonderful journey. Who is Mirjalni? Who is Mirjalni in the profession?
I would say professionally, I'm a lecturer for accountancy professional qualifications, strategic level case study examinations conducted by ACCA UK and CASriLanka. I'm also an exam coach, a motivator who strongly believes that sufficient guidance and support for students at the right time within a scheduled time plan will definitely help them to make the so-called challenging case study examinations, to learn in a simpler manner so that they can be successful in their exams.
Wonderful. And okay, let's also speak a little bit about how, because now we know that you've been lecturing for over 10 years, but you've also been in the corporate sector as well. So which makes you've had corporate experience and lecturing experience. What was it about lecturing that inspired you to get into lecturing?
Corporate experience, of course, yes, it helps a lot to apply what we have learned. I would say the key reason what made me a lecturer who I am today, it's my interest in the process of preparing for examinations and being up to date with the syllabus changes, preparing questions and marking students' answers, giving them feedback. And it's also about helping fellow students complete the examinations in a successful manner to achieve their future goals. Yeah.
And you also mentioned about staying up to date, right? So I'm just going to ask you, because your work experience, your lecturing experience varies across different syllabus areas, be it from strategic business leader to business taxation to audit and assurance. How is it that you stay up to date on the latest global trends?
I actually go through a lot of secondary resources available with regard to business stories, the taxation rules and regulations that gets updated, especially in Sri Lanka and in UK and across different countries as well. In addition to that, I also attend to a lot of training sessions that will be conducted by the professional accountancy bodies. Plus, I attend to webinars, seminars, and also I talk to a lot of industry experts, people who are professional, who are business leaders, to learn more about what are the challenges that they faced, and what sort of strategic decision making that helped them to do better, which helps me a lot to share this experience in my class with fellow students. So I keep my classes more interactive because I do a lot of a case study related sessions, right? So meaning which how a student will apply whatever that they have learned in the textbook matters a lot. So the classes are all about talking about business stories, and I keep it interactive sessions, so that helps me to stay in touch with the global trends and also share the experience that I gained with students.
Wonderful. And speaking about classes, because Infinity Learning Space is an online platform, and it's not always easy to interact and keep it interactive with the students when it's an online platform, but it's nothing new for you. So could we speak a little bit about the approach that you usually take when it's an online platform?
Especially when it's an online platform where we don't have face-to-face interaction, I think what's very important is sharing business stories, asking questions in the live sessions, and keep it interactive, asking questions. I also bring in articles to my weekly classes and discuss about that, bring in articles about the business stories and ask questions from the students. In addition to that, doing practice questions, more focused on that. And each and every theory that we learn, let's say currently in the industry, it could be artificial intelligence or related to tourism industry in a specific country. If that is a key highlight, we discuss about that in the class. So in that way we get to apply whatever that we have learned then and there, which helps us to prepare for exams.
Yeah, very interesting. And also, okay, so I'm just going to ask you a little bit about case studies, because one of your areas of specializations include lecturing for integrated case study exams as well. How do you believe that case study exams help students apply the knowledge that they gain into the practical world?
Case study will be very helpful because it not only tests one aspect in the syllabus, it covers a lot of areas like strategic management, taxation, law, sustainability, ethical leadership, many concepts. So when all of these concepts are put into a scenario and asked as a question, how students are able to answer to those questions will definitely help them in their real working life. Because when it comes to a real working day, a student will be facing various challenges. They might have to make decisions, and a planned step might need amendments. So how will they be able to respond immediately and also give the best decision? Case studies, I think, build that skill.
Okay, and also speaking about decisions, I believe decision making is also something that was included in SL4, which is something that which is a subject that you lecture at Infinity as well. So speaking about SL4, because that was an introduction to the new curriculum 2025, can you tell us a little bit about SL4 and the transition to the new curriculum?
Students who have completed SL4 in the previous curriculum, they will not have to do the strategic capstone. But let's say students who have completed only SL1 to SL3 in the previous curriculum, and if they have not completed SL4, they will have to do the strategic capstone. But they get exempted under the new curriculum, where they do not have to sit for exams, which covers SL 25, 3.1 and 3.2 papers. But in case if they want to get a practicing certificate, and if they have not completed the KC4 exam, they will have to do SL 25 3.1 paper.
Right.
And students who have not completed CL1, Advanced Audit and Assurance, if they have only that paper pending, but let's say they have completed CL 2, 3 and 4,
Yeah.
SL 1, 2 and 3 keeping SL 4 optional.
Yeah.
They need to do strategic capstone exam, plus they will have to do SL 25-3, which is risk governance
That's for
audit.
practicing certificate.
Yes.
Okay.
But they don't have to do corporate capstone case study. They get exempted from that. However, if those students who have kept pending their communication and IT skill modules in the old curriculum, the corporate level, they will have to do the corporate capstone case study in addition to strategic capstone case study, plus SL 25-3 paper as well.
Very interesting. And also speaking about capstones, because an area of a very trending a topic that was talked about were about the capstones, and like you mentioned, there are business level, corporate level and strategic level capstones. So speaking about capstones, what could you give us a little bit of an introduction towards what the capstones are and how exactly would the students benefit from these capstones?
Capstones in simple means whatever the core module knowledge that the students get from the 4 pillars, starting from financial accounting, management accounting, risk control assurance, and also business environment, law and taxation. They will get to apply to complicated business scenarios, but at 3 different levels. Business capstone, targeting at a entry level accountant. Corporate capstone, targeting at a mid-level accountant, and the strategic capstone is targeting at a C-suite accounting leader. So the skills that will be required at each and every level of capstone will differ. So this will benefit students greatly, as they will develop the ability to apply the power and the integrity skills at 3 different levels. Because I strongly believe covering a capstone, a case study at every level, business, corporate and strategic level, gives them the confidence to enter into the next level. And especially strategic capstone is going to be the last exam that the students will be facing, with which successful completion they become a qualified chartered accountant. So capstone is going to definitely help students achieve that competitive advantage where they will be able to showcase their best skills in not just in Sri Lanka but also in international business landscape.
Yeah, and which it's very important to do so as well. And speaking about importance, because when strategic capstones are considered, in the strategic capstone, they focus on assessing, evaluating, and implementing business strategic, financial, and business decisions as well in complex environments, because they're just about to go into the real world as well. So let's speak a little bit about that. Could you tell us a little bit more about the strategic capstone, and just so for our understanding as well?
So strategic capstone syllabus consists of 7 key elements, the syllabus. So initially it begins with strategic thinking with finance expertise, which covers 35% of the syllabus. And also we have corporate risk management that covers 15% of the syllabus. So overall these 2 elements covers 50% of the syllabus area. And then you have other 5 elements, each covers 10%, starting with corporate financial reporting and analysis. You have corporate governance and ethics, and then you have strategic execution and coaching, inclusive leadership, and corporate citizenship. So in strategic capstone, they have included interesting syllabus areas, especially talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, crisis management, ethical leadership, inclusive leadership. I think these are very important for students to have a good understanding when developing strategic decisions. It's important to take into consideration everybody in the ecosystem. So these syllabus area will help students to get that understanding and develop the skill covering power and integrity skill. So questions targeting, let's say for example a power skill, it could be a problem solving, and let's say an integrity skill, a professional judgment. At strategic capstone level, it's going to be at a level where a C-suite accounting leader will have to respond to, which will vary at corporate and the business level. So it's a matter of getting a good understanding of the syllabus area, the key elements and the sub-elements, and learning the theory with application from day one is what will help students get ready for the strategic capstone, because of the assessment methods which are very different this time. As you have two assessments, one is a verbal pitch and a final paper-based exam. So verbal pitch is where students will get a pre-seen case study. They're going to do an analysis and present the findings in front of panel members in CASriLanka. So this develops the students' communication ability, presentation ability. So it's a great opportunity for students to do better, not just in a paper-based exam, but also showcase their communication and presentation skills as well.
Yeah, and speaking about such an interesting content syllabus, what would your approach be? Could we speak a little bit about what your approach would be towards such an interesting capstone?
I would schedule my sessions beginning with where we will cover the entire syllabus, starting from syllabus area 1 up until the end of the syllabus area, looking into detail each and every theory concepts that they have included in the curriculum with real business examples. We will learn that from day one, and I will also be giving scenario questions. It's good to start with doing small practice questions at the start, because a pre-seen case study is quite lengthy, a lengthy story of a company. If we want to get a good understanding and keep in touch with a lengthy company story, I think preparation begins with doing small scenario questions, step by step doing short scenario questions, and then a revision covering the entire syllabus, looking into key topics, key business models, and thereafter practice of mock exams. And I will also be training students especially to face the verbal pitch, to help them develop their presentation skills, communication skills, pre-seen analysis, and to successfully do the final paper-based exam. Sufficient question practice will also be done.
Yeah, and also to conclude our discussion, can we reflect a little bit about what students could do to make sure that they are successful in their attempt, be it exams or case studies? What, in your opinion, should the students do right from the start to ensure that they don't fall back?
I think it's a matter of having an appropriate study plan that will suit the students' requirement, as they will be working, managing, there could be other exams as well. So it's about starting to learn from day one in small sections. So let's say, for example, we cover a chapter in a week. Prior to the next class, have a quick look at the summary of the chapter, the short questions, examples, whether you have a thorough understanding, so that the entire vast syllabus area will not look heavy towards the end. It's making it simple from day one, so that we will not feel like there is a heavy load towards the end, so that we can integrate, connect the concepts, because that's the unique feature of an integrated case study. We will have to bring in inclusive leadership, sustainable practices, strategic execution all together. For that, individual syllabus area understanding is fundamental, and then the integrating ability. So which is why I used to bring in real business scenarios, articles, and I used to ask from students questions: can we connect these two syllabus areas and have a discussion, and let's see what sort of answers that we get. And I also ask questions from students where they can give good strategic decisions for leading organizations that helps them to think better, because strategic level case study exams, especially strategic capstone, very important is that thinking ability, strategic level thinking ability. So I think this will help students and adequate question practice. And this time students will also have to prepare with presentation skills as well, not just writing exams in a paper based exam. So an extra little bit of work, but it's a good learning experience. It's going to be a value adding one, which will help them to do a lot better at their workplace as well.
Absolutely, that is wonderful advice. Well, thank you so much, Mirjalni, for speaking to us and for being here with us and sharing your wonderful insights with us as well. Thank you once again. We are definitely looking forward to learning from you. Thank you once again, Mirjalni.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Well, that's it from us from Learning Pod for today. Stay tuned with Infinity Learning Space as we bring you more episodes just like these.